Hey, Mike here from M Squared Enjoying the Now. In this video I am going to tell you about our RV65 WeBoost antenna installation. So we've had our antenna for a while now, and we've been here in central Illinois for a little while. Very hot, humid. The problem we're having with our RV65 antenna mount and the big pole that goes up and extends the antenna out is that they come with these brackets here. These brackets get mounted to the side of your RV. There's two of them, and on the pole they have a little bracket that is mounted to the pole that slides in this little slot here. And then on the bottom bracket there's a little pin. You just push the pin through to secure the bracket to the side of your RV. Pretty good design. Where they went wrong with these is that they have a little adhesive strip, foam adhesive. So a foam adhesive means it's sticky on one side, sticky on the other, and in between the two sticky parts is foam. Well, during a breeze, hot weather, that foam moves around. Their pole's going to wiggle in the breeze because it extends pretty high. And that foam is just going to separate. And in the heat, just deteriorates. So numerous times the bottom bracket and the top bracket either slid down and you can see all the foam sticking out, slid sideways. At one point it actually came off and turned sideways. So I had to bungee strap it to the side of our stairs to hold it until I figured out what to do with this. I've seen numerous videos, pictures where people drilled holes through here and just mounted it with screws. The problem with that, I don't know if you can see that very good, but the side is angled here, so you're not going to get full contact with screws or rivets or anything like that. Eventually it's just going to split, crack, and fall off again. So what I did, and as you can see behind me there, I have a 3D printer. So I designed a little bracket right here. It's got 3 screw holes there with little tapers in them, and I'm printing my second one right now. And all I'm going to do is take these two, because I have a flat, nice big flat surface here where the tape is supposed to go. And what I'm going to do is take super glue. You can get this at any hobby store. I use extreme power super glue. So I also have the activator here for the super glue. You don't need the activator if you want to wait a little longer for it. I do wait a little bit. That makes sure it cures slow and bonds the two parts together. This is more if you're doing balsa wood, little projects, and you want it done pretty quick. So I'm going to put super glue all the way, put a nice bead all around there. You can use silicone too if you wanted to, something high strength. Then I'm going to mount the two together. Now I have a very large surface. I can put silicone all across here, and then mount it with 3 stainless steel number 8 screws right to the side of the RV. Guarantee these aren't going to wiggle off or do anything like that. If I wanted to take them off later for some reason, I got a new RV and I remount them, take the screws out, and then I can just take a thin blade and these will come off with the silicone. That foam rubber adhesive, if you don't want to use a plate like this, and these I will be selling on Etsy. So if anybody needs them for the RV65 antenna pole, just get on Etsy and you can order them. But I would suggest not using that foam adhesive on this. It may stick real good at first. You get a hot day, windy day, that's going to rock back and forth. These will come right off. If you want to use adhesive and not the plate, then get some VHB tape. Very high bond tape. There's no foam in between. It's all rubber and adhesive. Very high bond, and it's thin. Okay, I just finished the print. New back plate. And what I'm going to do is super glue this to the plate. And I'll show you how I do that. Once again, I'm using the thick super glue. Get this at Hobby Lobby, any craft store. And after it sets for a couple minutes, then I will use the accelerator. Put a nice bead all the way around. One thing you got to look for, there's a little drip slot here. If water gets underneath, it'll be able to drip out. Want to leave that open. There we go. And this gives you a little time to set your parts together if you have to adjust them. Now I just take these clips, watch your fingers. Okay, we'll let that sit a couple minutes. Make sure all that super glue spreads out evenly, and I can see it coming through there real nicely. A couple minutes, and then I'll spray it with the accelerator. Because super glue is not going to dry very well if the two parts aren't crimped together. So whatever oozes out through the seams, the accelerator will harden it. Okay, now I'm spraying it with the accelerator. And this is instantaneous. Once it hits it, it'll dry. Okay, there we go. Take the clips off. Wipe off the excess accelerator. There we go. Brand new back bracket. So what I do now is I take silicone, put a nice bead around there, a little bit around the holes where the screws are going to go through, and attach it to the back of the rig. Be all good to go. This is one part now. It's not going to go anywhere. the heat, anything. It's not going to affect it. Super solid. It's not going anywhere. Like I said, don't use that tape, that foam, double-sided foam tape they get you, because a little bit of heat on there, a little bit of movement, it'll come right apart. Because that tape is on either side of that foam and it keeps working back and forth, and then it just shears and your bracket's going to come off. Trust me, it's happened to me. The whole system's a good design, the RV65. The pole, the brackets, it's all a good idea. It works well for us. We get a better cell signal with it, but that's not the point of this video. The point is that little design flaw that I got in there with that tape is I think people are just sitting. Obviously you're not going to drive with the antenna up. People are just sitting there, but I guess they didn't do any engineering on the heat design or movement from the wind. It's okay if you're sitting still in a moderate place, then it's not going to go anywhere. But you get a little bit of heat on that tape, on that foam, it just disintegrates, it destroys it, and it'll come apart. And you'll see all the reviews on it, and this is what they talk about. This bracket with that foam tape, it's no good. Change your design. At least make a bracket like this. You can screw the back, put some foam on there and screw it in there. At least you have something to screw through. You don't want to go through these edges with rivets or screws, because eventually it's just going to crack and split. Now this whole base is one piece, silicone, screw it to the side of your rig, and you're good to go. So I already got one installed. I'm going to climb my ladder and get this one installed, and I'll show you the finished project after that. And there you go. Both brackets installed. See, we're having pretty windy days. Past couple days have been pretty windy. A couple days ago, the wind was pretty strong, and like I was talking about that foam tape, it just kept working its way back and forth and came off, so I had a bungee pole to the ladder, and then I manufactured some brackets, and now we'll be good to go. I won't have to worry about them again. And that's it. That's simple. Had a problem with the antenna brackets, or the antenna pole brackets, and thanks to a little engineering and my 3D printer, I made a couple brackets, glued them to the existing brackets, and RV'd them, or sorry, military term, siliconed the back and screwed them right onto the side of the rig. I'm not going to have to worry about them anymore. Do not use that foam tape. It's useless. If you're going to use anything, use VHB tape. 3M VHB tape. That'll work better. Eventually it might come off, but better solution. Silicone around there. 3 mounting holes. And I am, like I told you before, I am going to be selling these on Etsy. And I'll put the link below where it's at. I've got a couple other items on there if you want to look at them. And if you need anything else, little gadgets around your RV, something broke, you need a new part, contact me, let me know. Send me a drawing and I'll let you know how much it is. Later.